Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry.
Just when Diddy and Jay-Z might have been thinking about playing it cool, along comes Jaguar Wright, spilling more tea like there's no tomorrow. We've all heard the rumors about Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly messing with artists' careers, but now Jaguar's hinting that Kanye West might be next on the hot seat. Jaguar Wright has raised eyebrows by asserting that Jay-Z and Diddy are influential figures who control the music industry, and anyone who has collaborated with them has faced negative consequences. She goes on to claim that numerous artists have disclosed the manipulative actions of these industry leaders, actions that ultimately resulted in the demise of their careers. Jaguar strongly implies that Kanye West, who has been outspoken about the alleged malevolent actions of these industry controllers, may now find himself in a precarious position with no salvation from their influence.
I mean, what opinion do I need to have? I was right. I was as right as my name.
Kanye West has not held back, spilling the tea on the shady side of Hollywood and shaking things up big time. The industry's on edge, trying to cope with all the bombshells he's dropping. Every day brings a new revelation, and the internet is buzzing with people hungry for more. Get ready for a wild ride because this roller coaster is about to get even rougher.
You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
In his most famous rant, the mogul Kanye West cranks things up a notch. He's out there openly talking about the whole Hollywood sacrifices conspiracy in this bizarre clip that's turning heads left and right. And hold on to your seat, he even brings up his own mother, driving home his firm belief in these wild occurrences.
My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm appreciate you.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right?
Kanye firmly stands by his ideas on the matter and doesn't hold back. Before making these comments, he made it clear that he's not afraid to criticize any of Hollywood's wrongdoers or elites. Kanye's ideas have sparked curiosity and concern as he raises questions about the workings of Hollywood and its alleged practices. One person commented, "Ye please be careful, they hate people who love the Lord and speak the truth. They took my kids from me until I fought for a straight year." Video and audio document every encounter, no matter how small that will be. The only reason that, and God himself who is your backing, that will bring them babies home to you. We hear you, I know you're telling the truth. Keep speaking it, they will eventually expose their self. To put it simply, Kanye believes that Hollywood has control over certain individuals, and these people fear that their loved ones might be sacrificed by the industry. He even mentioned his own mother's passing in 2007, suggesting she was sacrificed, similar to the late father of Michael Jordan and the deceased sons of Bill Cosby and Dr. Dre.
Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
According to Kanye, the motive behind Hollywood's actions is all about control. He believes that the industry's elites not only manipulate people, but also subject them to mental torture.
In order to control, traumatize, they want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me.
He went even further by exposing some of the biggest names in the industry who he claims are influenced by satanic powers. Shockingly, one of these names was Minister Louis Farrakhan, who defended Kanye in a video posted on a website. Despite the defense, Kanye took his name into the mix, adding to the alarm and intrigue surrounding these disclosures.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody, so let's get on the phone and let's talk that out.
Indeed, Kanye is not the only one who holds such beliefs. There are sources that suggest Hollywood's elites will go to great extremes to maintain control over artists. Jamie Foxx, in particular, has been vocal about this issue. He revealed the existence of strange and obscene parties hosted by the elites, shedding light on their alleged tactics to exert influence and control.
And it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is.
The video quickly went viral, drawing widespread attention, but it also caused trouble between Jamie and the elites. Jamie claimed that he recorded and documented these events in the video. The revelations in the video have left people both captivated and concerned about what might have been happening behind the scenes at these events. But one person directed this revelation towards Diddy. He wrote, "Diddy's S has been in question for a long time. It's got to be true if it's been a question for this long and people who've been around him have these stories." According to Jamie Foxx, these parties were far far from ordinary gatherings. They had a distinct purpose. Allegedly, Hollywood elites organized these events with a clear motive: to control artists who resisted their influence or refused to comply with their demands. The elites would lure these artists into attending the parties as a means to exert their influence and gain control over them.
The reality of it is that you are clearing up rooms that have just had sex parties, orgies, coke residue on the tables the next day.
In the 90s, Bad Boy Records soared to success in the hip-hop industry under the leadership of Sean Diddy Combs. However, former Bad Boy artist Mace recently shed light on a darker side of Diddy that instilled fear in the hearts of his own musicians. In a revealing interview, Mace disclosed the unsettling behavior Diddy exhibited when under the influence of A, creating an atmosphere where even the most self-assured artists would be unnerved by his unpredictable actions. So, what exactly transpired when Diddy got drunk, and how did it impact the dynamics at Bad Boy? Mace offers an insider's perspective. We've all witnessed Diddy's reactions when he's had a few too many. He seems to lose his composure, and when intoxicated, he engages in behavior that can be described as more than peculiar compared to his sober self. The situation has now escalated significantly, with numerous celebrities coming forward to share why they fear an inebriated Diddy.
Eyes, brother. Eyes. I understand.
During the mid-1990s, the Bad Boy record was one of the dominant forces in the music industry. All hail to musicians such as the late and great Notorious Big, Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, Craig Mack, and of course, Mace. Mace was one of the most prominent stars to be associated with the Bad Boy record label owned by Puff Daddy. But in the early 2000s, he left the band due to the bizarre behavior of Diddy, not only with him, but with the other known artists of the band too.
Put him in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and like, damn.
A steady stream of hits from Bad Boy Records stormed dance floors and radio stations at their peak time. In addition, Diddy's protégés ruled the TV airwaves with flashy videos that featured lots of explosions and shiny suits.
Even Bad Boy, compare the Only You video to Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. And then Bad Boy, the tone so early.
But there were murky things going on behind the bright curtain, and rumors were flying about how Diddy treated his musicians.
Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere.
A ludicrously high percentage of Bad Boy musicians died young, went bankrupt, or spent significant time behind bars as the years passed.
He said, the objective of Bad Boy is to talent.
Also, a disproportionate percentage of Diddy's former musicians have abandoned their careers to devote themselves to religion. But the question is, why? What exactly did they see? Craig Mack and Mace were the inaugural recording artists for Bad Boy Records. Mack's career seemed to be trending upwards, but then it rapidly declined. His career may have been doomed from the outset, according to skeptics. But nobody knows till date that the biggest reason is that Diddy pushed Craig Mack aside when he discovered the Notorious Big for that. He even tried to K. Craig.
I'm not gonna be sitting here going in the studio all night, every night, but and I ain't seeing nothing from it.
Craig Mack's physical appearance was also a problem, as he was the punchline of ugly comments in hip-hop media his whole life. This was literally too rude for Mack to handle. The public even bashed him for his race, and it was all due to Diddy, because Diddy never came to defend Craig as he got his other target, Biggie. Another factor that matters here is that Diddy's concept for commercially viable rap was something that Mack was hesitant to embrace. Diddy's obscene gay parties, his wild drinking, and even his controlling the artists were all unacceptable to Mack. Mack went against Diddy, and this is where his downfall started, and helplessly, he finally left Bad Boy Records. Not only that, he further claimed that someone was trying to K him. He said, I caught a couple of threats, a couple of passers-by in the streets. We all get a clue here that Diddy was behind these foul threats. But this incident definitely fulfilled Diddy's greed, and he made Biggie one of the most notorious rappers in the music industry. But Craig Mack was not someone who could sit silently and see the things going wrong. He decided to reappear in public through a video released by the Overcomer Ministry, a secretive Christian group in South Carolina that has been labeled a cult by former members.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Craig Mack.
And what did you used to do when you was in the world?
Wickedness.
Okay. And what are you doing now?
Righteousness.
Whoa!
Here you can see Craig Mack in action at the ministry. Look how energetic Craig was, but evil Diddy tried his very best to ruin him. After these strange occurrences, people started talking about Bad Boy Curse, in which they discussed the reasons for leaving the band of every Bad Boy record artist. And in the case of Mace, it was very hard for the people to accept the truth. Not only that, but the speculation regarding Mace's sudden departure from Bad Boy also stirred up a storm of controversy, and everyone started doubting how a 19-year-old rapper named Mace decided one day to wake up and say, say, you know what, I want to get out of this S and be a minister? Some people were not even convinced of Mace's reasons for leaving. Puffy does not let people out of their contract so easily, claims a Bad Boy insider. He had Mace under contract for a long time. You let somebody walk into your office and say, I don't want to be under contract no more. And you just say, okay, go ahead. I think Mace had something over him, some little secret that Puffy did not want to get out, and he used it as a bargaining chip to get out of that record deal. On this incident, fans also showed rage toward Diddy. One said, sad thing is that with all that talent and those hits, Bad Boy could have been unstoppable and bigger than Def Jam. Puffy's greed and determination to keep his own artist from eating is catching up to him. We see him abusing A lot more, and he's spiraling. Not to mention all of his secrets are illuminating. His time is surely coming. Hence, we can say that there is no limit to Diddy's evilness when he is tipsy. Despite Mace's departure from Bad Boy, things between the two remained relatively amicable for a considerable amount of time, at least up until the time of the 2020 Grammy Award. If you remember, Diddy gave a statement on the Grammy stage and said, I'm being honored by the industry that I love, the family that I love, but there's an elephant in the room, and it's not just about the Grammys. There's discrimination and injustice everywhere. Well, Diddy's statements may have struck a chord with a number of artists, but Mace was not one of them. Not only this, but Mace also revealed that he never got the required respect and pay from Diddy that was rightfully his. And here's the proof of it. After this, Mace then disclosed the news about his efforts to regain his publication from the collaborator on Mo Money Mo Problems via his Instagram account. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely starved your artist and been extremely unfair to the very same artist that helped you obtain that Icon Award on the iconic Bad Boy label, he said. For example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago in which you gave me $20K, which makes me never want to work W/U as any artist wouldn't after you know someone is robbing you and tarnishing your name when you don't want to comply with horrendous business model. But there is much more to consider here because Mace recently opened up about Diddy's behavior when he got drunk, revealing that even the most confident artists would be intimidated by his unpredictable behavior. You might know about how Usher was forced to keep a creepy relationship with Diddy and was forced to sleep with him.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
Usher's future as a prominent figure in the R&B industry was predicted from him from an early age. Usher's musical abilities as a teenager wowed L.A. Reid, an executive at a recording label, and led to the creation of his one-of-a-kind educational experience, which came to be known as Puffy Flavor Camp. After that, he was sent to New York City to live with Puffy during the peak of Bad Boy Records so that he could have a first-hand look at what it was like to truly become successful in the music industry.
It was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
This was something that Usher mentioned as he was mentioning some of the most prominent figures in the hip-hop industry who were regulars at Puffy's residence that also included artists from Bad Boy 2.
It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to...
Then CEO of LaFace Records disclosed that Diddy persuaded him to keep the teenager Usher to the label when he was considering removing the singer. He said, I wanted to drop him. I wanted to be out of business with him. I broke his heart. I broke his mother's heart. It was a very tough period in both our lives. He added, then someone said to me, don't be a fool. Don't sell your stock in Usher. He's still going to be a star. He's everything you thought he was the day you signed him. And that person was Diddy. And here one of Usher's supporters said, all evil comes to an end. Goodness will forever be above evil. Well, Usher is not the sole victim of Diddy's evil encounters, and this is not the only evil act he can perform while he is drunk. Diddy is such a violent dude who can even K someone when he is totally drunk and wasted. Until now, we know nothing about the of Biggie, but there are some heart-wrenching revelations about this incident also. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, has stated that the notorious Biggs K did not K him in a drive-by shooting, but rather waited for him all night.
I don't give a if gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change.
According to the FBI report, Wallace was a passenger in a Chevrolet Suburban when a Chevy SS Impala drove up to them at a red light, and the driver opened fire. Wallace had just left a party at the Peterson Automotive Museum, and after him, Diddy also left the party all drunk and wasted. As Diddy was drunk, he couldn't drive the car. Deal drove the car that night. What is more shocking here is that Deal himself claimed to the FBI that at the time of the incident, his and Diddy's car was behind Biggie's car.
Set up. They was setting that boy up, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Moreover, in another jaw-dropping revelation that's causing seismic ripples in both the music industry and the general public, Kanye West has dropped a bombshell. According to Kanye, Jay-Z wields a secretive code that grants him a profound influence over the world. Kanye contends that Jay-Z's mysterious control over various facets of the industry, and even beyond, can be traced back to a web of cryptic numerical connections. While these claims may sound far-fetched, they've ignited a firestorm of speculation and debate, urging us to dig deeper into the concealed dynamics that may or may not explain Jay-Z's seemingly vast dominion over a wide spectrum of realms.
I'm here to crack the pavement.
In a surprising twist, Kanye West has floated the notion that Jay-Z could be employing a mysterious numerical code embedded in his music to communicate secret messages. This concept harks back to the ancient practice of numerology and a Jewish tradition known as gematria, where letters are assigned numerical values. Through this method, words and phrases can harbor concealed meanings based on their numeric associations, essentially creating a puzzle that only a select few can unravel.
And the energy that lies in the numbers that correspond to each letter, which I shall soon explain.
This raises the intriguing possibility that Jay-Z, renowned for his clever wordplay, might be embedding deeper messages using these esoteric methods. The plot thickens when we consider one of Jay-Z's songs, 444, which garnered significant attention from celebrities who began discussing it in hushed and surprised tones. This leaves us pondering whether the selection of the number 444 holds a special significance, or if it's merely a random choice. All of these elements contribute to the enigma surrounding Jay-Z's influence, extending beyond the music industry and permeating other facets of the world.
And what happened?
People start calling me it.
Jay-Z's long-standing connection with the number 4 has been acknowledged, but Kanye's recent statement hints at a far more profound implication. Kanye, throughout his career, has consistently shown a proclivity for delving into themes that revolve around concealed truths and latent powers. This newfound revelation about Jay-Z possibly using intricate codes in his music aligns seamlessly with Kanye's penchant for exploring the profound and hidden aspects of our world. It's almost as if Kanye's quest to unravel hidden meanings has led him to unveil a layer of intrigue beneath Jay-Z's music and his affinity for specific numbers, catapulting us into a realm where secrets and symbolism intricately intertwine.
Just only because of the date, it wasn't really, that's why it moves so easily.
Like that number.
Yeah.
The significance of the number 4 takes on added significance when considering icons like Michael Jackson, who also embraced its influence. If the king of pop himself recognized the potential power of numerology, then it's only natural that someone like Kanye, deeply immersed in the world of music and propelled by the pursuit of hidden meanings, would be captivated by the mystique of numbers. This concept presents a captivating duality. The idea that influential figures, those shaping cultures, trends, and societal norms, might seek guidance in something as mysterious as numerology. The paradoxical beauty lies in the possibility that behind their outward influence, there exists a concealed tapestry woven by the threads of these elusive numerical codes.
That's something that just, hit me. That was just a gut feeling. But then I read information about it afterwards, about the power of the number 7 and completion. And
Kanye's fascination with the number 7 unveils a revelation, providing a captivating peek into his personal world and beckoning us to explore the hidden dimensions of Jay-Z's existence. The impact of numbers, whether rooted in tangible reality or perceived significance, holds a substantial sway over the lives of noteworthy individuals. This compels us to reassess our understanding of success and ponder the unseen forces that could propel these figures forward. Essentially, the potency of numbers challenges us to rethink the dynamics of achievement and the enigmatic currents that may guide it.
I knew a little bit about it. I always heard about 7s. I saw 7s. I went to Michael Jackson's archive and he had all these jackets that said 777 on them.
It's common knowledge that Jay-Z's Grammy wins, along with those of his wife Beyonce, are impressive, cementing their status as major Grammy recipients. With a direct focus on Jay-Z, Kanye has expressed mounting frustration. His concerns have escalated, driven by the belief that Jay-Z's sway and network might have contributed to Kanye's own Grammy disappointments.
There's people I know that tweeted or were texting each other like, he's giving codes away.
While on his own path, Kanye became increasingly convinced that certain artists received preferential treatment within the music industry. He perceived a lopsided spotlight on Jay-Z's accomplishments, inadvertently igniting a sense of rivalry. Although Jay-Z's influence remained unparalleled, Kanye's resolve remained unshaken. He persistently voiced his apprehensions about an unjust system, challenging the established norms. In his unyielding journey, he managed to carve out a distinct place for himself in the industry. Notably, Notably, he unveiled a facet that adds to Jay-Z's current authority and sway, a connection with numerology that largely contributes to his pervasive power. The indomitable impact of Jay-Z becomes evident in various instances, as exemplified by an incident involving 50 Cent during last year's Super Bowl night. The previous year's Super Bowl extravaganza unfolded as a dazzling affair, featuring an array of renowned stars. Amidst this grandeur, 50 Cent commanded the stage, sharing it with his preferred fellow rappers like Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Kendrick Lamar. The already charged ambiance gained an extra spark as Mary J. Blige herself made a stunning appearance, collectively creating an electrifying and memorable performance.
Like look, Dre, that's Dre too. You see what I'm saying? It's Dre and really him because he wouldn't do it without.
During a recent chat with Big Boy's Neighborhood, 50 Cent shared interesting details about what's been happening since last year. Even though both 50 Cent and Jay-Z are big names in hip-hop, they've never been really close friends. 50 Cent hinted that Jay-Z might have purposefully left him out of the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show ad. This new information shows us that their relationship has some interesting layers, given their powerful positions in the music world. Fifth said, "I got the call before the Pepsi ad went up. I wasn't in the ad because of Jay-Z and them putting it together." The rapper was then asked if his exclusion from the ad was intentional. "No, I think that they were saying that the NFL had some issues with me. I don't know what those issues are," responds 50. "What is the issue? You see what I'm saying?" He then remarked about Hav seemingly mirroring the looks of Jean-Michel Basquiat. "You imagine yourself after a gay painter. Big homie want to look like a gay painter." The event was a result of Jay-Z's long-term deal with the NFL, which he agreed to in 2019. Because of their ongoing feud that's lasted for 20 years, 50 Cent strongly thinks that Jay-Z left him out of the ad for the 2022 halftime show on purpose.
And it only came from that angle. I have to believe that.
During the interview with Big Boy, when asked about whether he believed he was intentionally excluded from the Super Bowl ad, 50 Cent asserted that he was initially informed that the NFL had reservations about him, but he remains uncertain about the specific reasons behind their decision. He said, "I don't know what those issues are. Netizens keep their eyes on every news, so they shared their views about Jay-Z. The fifth track on his album 444 is 444. In the song, he's apologizing about his behaviors in the past that ruined his relationship with his partner, I think it's Beyonce, and the shame that his daughter Blue will have to face when she realizes the bad deeds her father did." Another one added, 444 in Chinese means die, 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 please look it up. Jay-Z has been corrupted. He was taken to the mountaintop and offered the world. Sadly, he accepted. According to Kanye, Beyonce and Jay-Z have shown significant interest in the occult and have been linked to human sacrifices in the past. Kanye West's close bond with them was once considered among Hollywood's strongest connections. Their friendship seemed genuine, leading us to believe it would last indefinitely. However, this perception was shattered. Kanye's words were direct. He asserted that not only his mother, but also others had been sacrificed, and yet a veil of silence shrouds this alleged dark group. Those who resist control reportedly experience trauma or disappear. Known for his candid expressions, Kanye remains unafraid to voice his thoughts, whether they pertain to anti-Semitism or uncovering instances of human sacrifices. In addition, Kanye asserted his immunity to control by Hollywood's higher-ups due to his lack of involvement in any harmful acts. However, he proceeded to outline a roster of individuals who could be influenced, prompting us to infer that he might be alluding to those associated with the Illuminati and who have a history of causing harm to innocent lives. That's exactly what Kanye said. "They can't control me, they can control Shaq and Charles Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they can control Beyonce and Jay-Z. Ain't no name I won't say, it's up." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.